What is up, everybody? This is episode 79 of the fAnaticZ podcast, and I'm Damien.
What I do is Scataboo. You already know it's Dylan, and we finally back after 2 weeks.
And it's rebranded Frankie fAnaticZ.
Let's go. I
I
love that
know.
rebrand.
Took that week off last week, being Father's Day, so that's why we back this week and ready to roll with some breaking news.
Yes, dude, some super breaking news. The Bridges is back, but it ain't the Bridges you thought it was. It's not Mikael. It's his cousin, Miles Bridges. Let's go from the Charlotte Hornets. A
Another
lot of
Michigan
people.
Stater.
Yes, exactly. We're aligned. The alignment is continuing with the Michigan State folk. I think this is a good trade. I know that this trade, though, is not universally loved. Some people do not like this. Some people do not like Bridges himself. I think it's a solid move in the right direction, given that we just re-signed Mark Williams and that we got Malawatch in the wing down there. And we just got Koa Peat as well. So we'll have two power forwards that we could kind of trust. I mean, I wish he was a little taller, but that's pretty much it. How do you guys feel, Dylan? We'll start with you.
Honestly, I mean, I'm. I felt like didn't we talk about it like a couple weeks ago that we felt like Grayson Allen was like one of the people that might be on the move.
Yep, I said both of
Yep,
them
and
were
yeah, I
gonna
felt
get
like that. I
traded.
felt like that happened, but like I don't know. I didn't think it was gonna be like for anybody like Miles Bridges. You feel me? Like so, but it's
Me
all
neither.
good. I mean, like he still averaged like 17 points a game, roughly, right
Yeah.
around that, and then like 5, 6 rebounds and 3 assists. So like he's a solid forward in my opinion. Yeah, he had some off court issues, but honestly, I do think the Phoenix Suns are looking past that at this point. And he hasn't had any issues since. So
It's
I
been a
think they're
long
looking
time.
forward. I think they're looking forward and seeing how he can mesh with Devin Booker and Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green and Koa Peat and all that. Um, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. So I mean, Grayson Allen. I mean, he played 77 games last year with Charlotte. So I mean, granted, that's a lot more availability that Grayson Allen gave us, and I believe Royce O'Neal too. So
Frankie?
My thing is, like, I'm kind of teetering on the fence because obviously, for the team's, the team's sake, it's a great fit. It gives us more length. It gives us another, like, 18 plus point scorer. He even, went off, for 30 plus a couple times last year. So the potential's there. We have an athletic forward, explosive forward that we didn't have last year. But if you're one of those fans that were just like, I thought we were changing the culture from just his past standpoint, I could see where people are a little shaky, and I'm kind of on the fence too because it's like, yeah, he's a good fit, but Phoenix is definitely taking a little PR lately.
That's okay, man. Sometimes you got to do those moves. Um, I feel like it's okay. It's a risky move a little bit, but he's been good the last year or so. And had to put my Cardinals banner back up there real quick. Uh, yeah, he's been good, man. He's been behaving himself. I think he understands it's his career over everything. He's a young man. Young men make mistakes. I think there needs to be a little bit more room for forgiveness. Especially if the NBA thought about having him back, reinstating him, and he's being good right now. I think that the culture around him and the way Book and everyone operates, they're not going to let him step out of line too hard. And like you said, when we have those lows in scoring, when we have Jalen Green, Devin Booker, somebody's off, it will be awesome to have another person that is just like Jalen Green. That's a steady 17, 18 up game that can also be a 30 point, triple double some nights. That's how Miles when Miles Bridges locks in, he can be a 30 point or 28 point, 7 rebounds and 5 assists person. And we're just building a solid starting lineup and all we need is a point guard, and I'm super excited because we need to keep up with these other teams, and we need more attitude. So he's definitely an attitude guy. As long as he can keep it in check to where it's not a problem off the court, run it.
Well, the thing is, you bring in his athleticism. You draft Koa Peat, who is an athletic freak who was already averaging 15 points in the Big 12 as a freshman. And then, of course, you got another athletic talent in Rasheer Fleming. The length that we have at our forward position right now is off the chart. And then if Malawak takes that next step next year, our post game is going to be absolutely outstanding.
Right, and then that's even
Yeah,
not to mention if Mark Williams stays healthy, and he's a beast on his own.
Yeah, he's a
so
walking
many
20,
forwards.
20 and 10 if he stays healthy for sure.
That's a lot of forwards if you think about it.
Yeah, some of them are playing center though. Malwatch and um
I guess they're comfortable with
it's
Mark Williams
Williams.
again.
Yeah, Williams.
But here's the thing, though. Like there was like the little debate. I felt like with Malawatch being the center after, um, the season that he had, because I would call him Malo SWAT sometimes. Dude is a freak on defense, protecting
Yeah,
the
dude.
glass.
That's why I'm
So
excited about him.
and he was part of the Kevin. And the more important part about it too is he was obviously with the Kevin Durant trade and the number 10 pick. So like, and Mark Williams is not going to give you at least 75 games. It's just inevitable. It's unfortunate. So you're gonna like he's gonna have to start proving himself sooner rather than later. So
Yep. And
especially
I
in year
think that
two, I can't wait to see that year two leap out of Milo Walk. So
gonna be insane.
hmm
I was going to say, just in sample sizes, you had, instances where, 10 minutes of play, but he'd have like 5 blocks.
Yep.
Like, that's absurd. That's like prime Dikembe Mutombo. Get that out of here.
Yeah, he has the potential to be scary. I'm very excited about him. When we got him, I was freaking excited. I'm like, okay, they know what they're doing. It's like this front office uh, is one where I'll trust them because I like a lot of the moves they make. Like even the moves that don't pan out, I like the Howard Haysmith that didn't pan out like I thought it would last year. He's still on the team and it can still pan out, but um, I still like the direction and the way they think. Like 3 and D guys. A lot of the people they like, hey, this person can really play defense, but they also have a utility on the offensive side of the ball as well. Very excited to see what Jordan Goodwin can do next year too, because I think that's a really important piece for us. Him and Colin Gillespie really snapping back to really playing like the high. They got the spectrum of high end, low end of where they play. They can get back to playing on the high end of what they were. Man, I mean, Colin Gillespie, he shut the bed at the end of the season, but he did set the 3 point record for the team. So I'm really hopeful about this new Suns.
do you guys think 45 million was the right number for
Eh,
Colin Gillespie?
I mean,
I think
I'm pretty sure it was like a 3 year 45 million deal or something like that.
4-year 48.
40, yeah,
4 year 48.
Yeah.
So what is that?
10ish
12
million and
bill a
change.
year.
Yeah, 10ish and change.
That's good.
That, and if he can really take that, next step as a, true passing point guard, I think the deal will be especially worth it.
Yeah, I'm happy they were able to get Goodwin back too, because I like how they mesh together.
Well, I was gonna say, with no matter who they bring in, whether it's a forward, whether it's a guard, everybody has that pit bull defensive mentality.
Well, we're paying Colin, and I know we were talking about this too very heavily. If we're paying Colin Gillespie 45 million, I don't think we're going to be bringing John Morant in now. But nonetheless, though, I still think signing him to that contract, we still need a point guard of some sort, even coming off the bench now. That's pass first at least on this team.
Yeah, we need a starting point guard. I think
He's
Jalen.
proven to be a starting point guard, and then he just fell off. So it's like, well, can you be that guy still after falling off?
I think they're going to choose to believe in him and try it, but I think that we should upgrade that position to be honest with you. But if we can't this offseason, we can't. I like Colin. I think he deserves a chance, and I think he can do it. So I'm excited to see him try it out. And I just hope that they don't trade Jalen Green now that they got Miles Bridges.
No,
See,
I
that's
wouldn't
my
think so. I don't listen. I think part of our big three packages we're going to be involved, and out of here if we were to be involved in any superstar trade, like with Giannis or LaMelo Ball, you know. But
Right.
obviously, none of those are happening, and I feel like we're out of the play for any big splashes. So I don't see why we would get rid of any of our big three. We would just have to keep building around Devin Booker, honestly, and our big three.
Well, if I'm Memphis, that's where John Morant's at, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying, give me Jalen Green. I'll give you John Morant straight up, and like a pick or something.
But let here's another okay, real quick. Here's another reason why I'm not really for Jalen Green departing, unless it was for Giannis. For some weird freakish reason he got the Bradley Beal bug. He got the juice that Bradley Beal left in the fridge and drank it, and I don't know. He got injected and infested with something when he got here because he was never ever injured like this in his life, in his career,
At
from
all.
high school, college, pros, anything. And then he comes here, pulls a Bradley Beal on us freakishly and weirdly. So like we never got to see the full potential like we did with KD and Bradley Beal with Jalen Green. So like it's like we're already talking about like, oh yeah, Jalen Green in the package, this and that. Like it's like no, we gotta keep running back because I feel like we haven't seen the full peak and potential with
I was
Dylan
gonna
Brooks
say,
and Green and Booker yet.
and Green's only 24.
Exactly, dude. And it's like again, like Malawak, part of the Kevin Durant trade. No way we
Yeah,
can give up like that.
No.
I, that's how I would run it. NBA teams do crazy stuff all the time, though. Did you see the Hornets? They just had the best season of all time for a while, and then they just traded up everybody that was good, except for Colin Kanepo because it's his team now. But
Well, it's gonna be
And we
interesting
lost a solid
because
defender
but
and
I told just say though, I totally agree with you, man. They should stay put. The Green should stay on the team. They should run it back with this squad. Maybe add a point guard somehow, some way. Um, and see if they can stay healthy.
also losing Grayson Allen too. Like, yeah, I threw the idea of trading Dylan Brooks back to throwing him back to Memphis, but I feel like he becomes a more valuable asset now after Grayson Allen leaving on the defensive aspect side, because we lost a pretty solid defender with Grayson Allen. So that's why Dylan
Yeah,
Brooks becomes a more valuable asset to this team.
you know what though? Grayson Allen was so injury prone that I'm kind of
Mm-hmm.
like I'm happy that we got somebody as impactful as Miles Bridges for because honestly, Miles Bridges can impact the game like a lot right away. He's gonna make us way better on the boards, offensive boards, and just rebounding in general. He's gonna help those bigs out because I feel like we missed so many like rebounds that we should get. You know what I mean? And I feel like the Koa Peats, the Watches, they're not gonna let those rebounds slip through their hands. And Miles Bridges is another one of those players. And also, I feel like it gives them other people to worry about defensively than Dylan Brooks. Like now we can match up Dylan Brooks and Miles Bridges on the best wings and pretty much shut them down. You know, makes life this makes life so much easier for Booker. That's what people don't understand. Now, if we can get a quality point guard, Booker will be able to like score 30 points a game. You know, he was doing that already with the team we got. He'll be able to do it with a breeze if we really solidify these other pieces around him to where he doesn't have to. If he doesn't have to play tough defense every night, and he doesn't have to be defended by the best person every night, we could be honest something.
well, and here's the thing. This is a shout out to you, Dylan, because not only does we shipped Royce and Grayson, so that opens up more playing time and more experience on the main roster for your boy Kobe Bray.
Yep.
Right. People were complaining our 3-point shooting is gone. I'm like, no, we got Kobe Bray and we got fucking other people that can shoot the three. Don't worry. Hayward Highsmith can shoot the three
Our
pretty
next
well.
Cam Johnson. That'll be our recovery after that Kevin Durant trade.
Right. Well, Kobe
Once you
Bray
see him
will
drain
take.
threes, three to four threes. I don't know why I glitch and lag there. Like Cam Johnson did. Like, all right, like feel a little better about that. But we still missing Mikal Bridges.
Yeah. We'll need Fleming to step up though. Fleming will take the impact that Royce had and probably do better than Royce did. And Kobe Bryant will replace the 3-point shooting of Grayson Allen for sure.
That's where I can't wait for summer league, dude. See what these guys do.
Right. I was gonna say, and if Koa Peat can develop a consistent jump shot,
Mm-hmm.
trouble.
Scary. He has a potential for a mid range jumper. I've been watching some of his tape.
Yeah.
He's got a little midi, and he's got a good. He gets to that spot really well. So
And the thing is, like, he can go an entire game. He can score. He can just dominate the paint and get most of his buckets if he's struggling from the floor. So he can stretch you out and he can, occasionally hit the shot, but most of the time he's just going to abuse you inside.
yep, he's gonna come over the top with a putback. I love that.
And the thing is, I know a lot of people, especially with our, issues with DeAndre Ayton, all respect. I know some people were skeptical of taking on another U of A guy, but at least in terms of Koa Peat, he's Mr. Arizona. He's been there his entire career, and he will put in the work. And he's got the heart. He's not like Aiden. He's not gonna check out.
No, and his
I
whole
know
family's
exactly.
already here. I
I
love
mean, I know
that.
exactly where he got that take from. Because I made that little PTSD dig about Aiden. I was like, we are not doing this again in our Arizona Sports Fanatics group, but it's all good. I'm
What
still
was
giving him a chance. So
I like it. I like Koa P. I think again, I wish he was like 2 inches taller, but he's 6'8" with shoes on. That's all that matters. We need to get him some shoes that are 2 inches, make him 6'9" down there, and then. But he's got the ceiling and a comp. Okay, he's got the ceiling and a comparison to one of my favorite all-time players. And I mean, it's not like a superstar or anything, but it's Aaron Gordon. If he can be Aaron Gordon, oh man, I've been begging for the Suns to get Aaron Gordon forever. So if he can be that level of player, that level of impact, that level of importance to the Phoenix Suns, given what we already got, Jesus Christ, these chocolates are kicking my ass. Um, given what we already got, I feel like we can be super competitive with the teams in the Western Conference because even all the people talking about the character of Miles Bridges and all this shit, it's like, hey, we're at a point in time where we're going against like Godzilla and Mothra. We got to get whoever is willing to help us beat these teams, as long as they can stay out of trouble and not like continue, mucking it up. You know, we have to
yeah,
be able to
Scottsdale.
compete. And the way they moved up aggressively in the first round to get Koa and what he can do versus what we need, it makes sense. So I like it a lot.
And here's my, to jump on that, player comp bandwagon. I haven't figured out a ceiling for him, but just the way he plays, just the way he's dominated in a lot of moments, especially that his opening debut as a freshman, he absolutely massacred Florida by
Oh yeah.
himself, scoring 30 points. So my floor for him career wise is already a Sharif Abdur Rahim or a Paul
Wow.
Millsap.
I love that.
That's just
Those are
U
like
of
some old
A.
school bigs right there.
U of A excitement. It's all good though.
I used to love that Pacers Paul Millsap.
I don't want
Dude, Millsap was an OG.
Yeah,
to.
he was
So
on a
what was
couple of good teams.
so that's if that's what your thoughts about Pete. What were your thoughts about income? The Suns at one. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like,
That
or the next Kareem,
Shoot.
dominating.
Bro,
well,
who
Still
doesn't even
Wildcats.
want him anymore?
I think that though Jordan we talk about players taking a second year leap. If Jordan Ott can get even better at coaching than what he did the first year, I think the sky's the limit because he did such a good job the first year with what he had. And now I feel like the players are more experienced, so they're going to take their leap, and he'll have more to work with there. And then he's going to get more players from what we did right now in the draft and just free agency, how we got Miles Bridges, and he's going to be able to use everybody much better. What do you guys project the starting lineup to be?
Ooh.
Let's see. Who do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Fuck it. Let me take a crack at it while you guys think. Um, Right now, let's say Colin Gillespie starts at point guard. I still, honestly, in my heart of hearts, I think that there's another deal in the wing in the works. I don't know, understand how we would get another. We got that 2033 first round pick from this trade for Charlotte, so maybe we trade that and another player on the bench for some sort of point guard action. But let's say Colin Gillespie for now. Shooting guard, hmm, number 15, Devin Booker. Um, small forward, Jalen Green for sure. Um, Ooh, Dylan Brooks has to play too. This is tough. So Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green probably have to start, or and Miles Bridges. How are all of these people going to play? This is crazy actually. So we're gonna have to trade one of these people. Jalen Green probably gonna get traded, guys. Fuck.
You didn't even
Uh,
No,
finish.
well, no. He's not going to get traded, dog. He's not going to
how?
get.
Listen. How are we gonna
Listen,
play Miles Bridges and
who for who?
Mano?
For who? If
Okay,
he's probably
let
coming
me
to
start
right player
again.
for who?
So Colin Gillespie,
Makes no
Devin
sense.
Booker, Dylan Brooks, um, Miles Bridges, and Kaman Malawak or right now Mark Williams. And we'll have
Listen,
Jalen coming off the bench as a six man.
listen. If Jalen Green gets traded, you're giving me that haul like Giannis got. He's not
Mm.
getting moved.
I don't want him to get moved, so I won't even flirt with
That's
it.
what I'm
But
saying. Like you're giving me the haul that Giannis got.
maybe I'll switch it. Maybe it'll be Colin Gillespie, Devin Booker, Dylan or Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and Mark Williams, and then we'll have Miles as the six man coming off the bench. Yeah, that's probably realistically what will happen.
Shoot,
Since all right,
that's
go
a
ahead,
good.
Frankie.
I didn't mean to cut you off,
Okay.
bro. But
No, you're good. I was done. I was done. I was gonna pass it to
with
you anyways.
if you want to go small ball lineup, you could start Gillespie, play Green, play Booker, bring Brooks off the bench, and then start Williams and Koa.
You wouldn't put Williams in a small ball lineup, but
Or
hey,
with our
just give me the
original,
actual first rotation, like the actual starting lineup, the like one we would roll out with most games,
as I said,
and then do whatever you want.
like you said, it's probably going to be Gillespie unless we make some crazy move to, go snag a point guard. But in theory, if we did want to play bigger, I would say, and this is where you mentioned it's hard because you got to keep two really good players on the bench.
Right.
But I'm experimenting with Jalen Green running the point, Book over at his natural position. You have Mark Williams, you play Malawak, and then you have Koa playing a big man lineup.
Eventually, you think that's what they're gonna do day one though?
Depends on who we're playing game one, but I feel
No,
like
no, no, no. I'm not saying like mix and matching. I'm saying who is the starting lineup because it's not they're not gonna play different starters every game. Like for most of like let's say we're just playing a random game on Tuesday. Who's the starting lineup? Like at the end of the camp when they say, okay, these are our starters and everybody
Starting
else is a
five.
reserve. Who's the starting five? Not like different variations, like the real starting five. Like who do you think they're gonna actually roll out there?
CG, Booker, obviously, and then you'll have Miles Bridges playing, obviously, because he'll be you made a move for him to start,
Did they though?
and then
Yeah, I mean they traded
Did
two
they
backup
though?
players for him.
yeah. But
So I mean
I feel like
Did
he
he
they?
could be
slot in
take
right
their
there,
spots.
and then you'll
What?
have Mark Williams, and then Jalen Green.
Okay.
All
What
right.
about you, Dylan?
Listen, listen. I'm cool rolling with Kong Gillespie. Like Frankie did say, unless some drastic other move at point guard comes into play, big three: Brooks, Green, and Booker. And then I'm personally, I mean, I feel like this is more of a heart thing, but honestly, Malawak, dude, throw him in year two. And another reason, if you want Williams to be more healthy, give him less minutes, bench roll. That's the only
Yeah,
thing I can think
I
of
love
at this
that.
point to keep him more healthy.
Make
So
Williams a 6-man.
So 1 through 5. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What'd you say, Frankie?
So you would make Williams a 6th or a 7th man.
not
Yeah.
necessarily, because we still have Oso. We can't forget about Oso.
Oh
Like
shoot!
we threw.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we
Somebody's
threw
getting
him.
traded,
But
fellas.
here's the thing.
Somebody's getting traded.
Hold on, nobody mentioned this guy yet, and we can't quickly forget about it. Ryan Dunn.
The dungeon.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
listen.
just
You want to even get deeper? Rasheer Fleming. Like, what are we doing? There's too many people that then there's only one basketball and there's only 5 spots on the court. So this is what I think will happen. One of the deeper centers is getting traded. Oso Iguodala, Ryan Dunn, like the power forward center. One of those dudes getting out of there. You know, we'll trade that and the first round pick we just got from Charlotte to somebody for a point guard. Hey, maybe we'll give them Oso, Dunn, and the first round pick, and we get John Morant and not have to move anybody. That would be insane. And I could see them doing it. Damn, we could get a good point guard because we still have hella people on the bench that are really good. And there's no way that we could play all these power forwards, dude.
that's what I
Like how
said
many?
like 10 minutes ago. We have too many damn power forwards now.
Yeah,
Well, I was gonna
yeah.
say either way, you switch the bar and then you'll have too many guards. So
But at the end of the day, a lot of these guys are 6'7", so it's like you can play power forward, but you're really a small forward in real life.
fair.
So a lot of these guys will probably get moved to the three. You know, they're just wings. At this point in the NBA, it's like positionless basketball, really, unless you're the point guard. Because we got centers that are going out there shooting 33% from three and shit.
Oh yeah, you'll have Wimby bringing up the court and just freaking.
Exactly, shoot a Steph Curry logo shot at step fucking 4. It just doesn't even make sense. That's why I'm happy we got Mawatch and like we need to keep Williams and we need all the good big men we can get because we're dealing with freaks, you know? Like we're literally dealing with freaks.
Yeah.
I love it. That was fun with the starting lineup. I mean, I was kind of worried, like, oh no, we're trading away Grayson and Royce, and then I thought, man, all the other people that we have on the bench probably will surpass them in this next year. Like, Rasheed Fleming will probably better than both of them when it's all said and done. So,
Yeah, I feel like for sure at the point guard spot it's gonna be Congo Gillespie and Jordan Goodwin again.
oh yeah,
Um,
and that's good
and then
enough.
but the most intriguing spot for me, this the preseason that we're gonna get that we do get, and then coming to game one is the center spot. So let's see and hope.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do what they did last year with the centers, run Williams with the starting lineup, and have Malawak keep developing.
Don't think
He's
that's
only gonna
smart.
be 20. I don't think it's smart either, but I think that's what they're gonna do. I would love to be wrong. I like your idea much better. I'll be honest.
He does. I mean, we get to see summer league and preseason too. I mean, he's got plenty of games and time to prove to take that starter spot over Mark Williams. So
He should be able to at this point, given what we were seeing, like Frankie said, in those little short bursts of him going insane in actual NBA games. So I'm happy that this will probably stop all the Zion Williamson rumors, though. I
Oh
was so
my god.
sick of that.
oh
Jesus
yeah, bro.
Christ.
We don't need another power forward. Fuck. We're
Sorry,
good.
Zion. I love you, but
The
we
Diamondbacks
haven't
need a power
six.
forward.
Yeah, dude. Seriously, the freaking Diamondbacks. You want to? Oh, we already spent half the video on the Suns, which is good because I'm gonna title it the Suns. So, but the Diamondbacks have seen the sun. The Suns have seen the Diamondback.
Oh
The
gosh.
it's,
Diamondbacks flow
it's
too close to the sun.
it's setting.
Listen,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get straight. I'm gonna get straight to the point and direct point. That's been the controversial talk in the Valley for years about the Diamondbacks. The past few years, I feel like it's been the same results at this point in the season with the D-backs. We're just barely around 500, just floating around into the All Star break. Is it time to let Torrey go, dude? Like it's like I feel like we've been at this point for the past few years now, but this time we're just not taking off now.
I'm start.
I don't know.
Go
We're
ahead, Frankie.
just constant sub 500 baseball. But you can say injuries, but you can blame that to management for not providing depth or the
Shoot,
farm
we have
system. There can
talent.
be
We're just
pointing to
not
many
producing.
fingers, but who
It's
knows,
not
man? It's
like
frustrating.
we just have talent that's not producing right now. The fact that like the roster that we have is 41 and 42. We just got swept by the freaking Rays. Zach Gallen is absolutely awful. His ERA is 6.15. Merrill Kelly's almost there as well. The guys we heavily invested over, 50, $60 million in just for two spots have absolutely blown up like a 4th of July fucking firework.
I told y'all guys not to bring Zach Allen back.
No, you didn't.
No, I'm joking
No, you
around.
didn't. I'll take that credit, guys. Take a bow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So,
Listen, guys, it's not the Diamondbacks' fault that they're in such a terrible, terrible spot with all the teams they have to play in the division to keep up with and stuff. But I will say it's their fault for not spending to keep up because they know after year, that's what we're gonna have to do to be competitive is spend money and not be cheap, and they just can't do it. So we're just gonna lose games.
And I mean,
It is
getting
what
back
it is.
to what Dylan was saying, like if you let Tor like if you don't do anything to change the way you spend and compete, whether it's going out for free agents or spending big on farm players or making moves in the draft, but like what is the point of getting rid of a manager to bring in somebody else just that's going to deal with the same old shit, just like with AJ Hinch, just like with Chip Hale, etc., etc.
well,
Yeah.
if Louisville goes, Hazen goes too, in my opinion.
Well, Hazen's doing a good job, in my opinion. I mean, look at our team; it's got a bunch of talent everywhere. I don't. I mean, we went to the World Series 2 3 years ago, right?
Not
I
Hazen.
think
Kendrick won't open the pocketbook.
the Cardinals
Well,
and
he
the
hasn't. He
Diamondbacks have
has,
the same
but
problem.
okay, Kendrick has a. I mean, he got a little cheaper this offseason, but Kendrick's
Bro, he
not the
got
one picking
mad
the
that
players,
Frankie
though.
got hurt.
Kendrick's not the one picking the players, though. I mean, look how that Carlos Santana experiment worked out great
Two games.
because you decided to trade Josh Naylor for what we still had the potential to have an explosive offense into the playoffs last season, and great, you left it to Pavin Smith and who was that? I don't even know who the other fucking bum they were trying to rely on was at first base, and then you bring in old Carlos Santana way past his prime.
Losslinger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you do nothing at first base, dude. And then not to mention, like, okay, the big clap, you got it right. Oh, we effed up by trading Eugenio Suarez. You bring in Nolan Arenado, who's a great defender, and I predicted this right. He's been raking this season and improving. So I don't know, man. It's just been frustrating.
We're the epitome of average because either one game our pitching is ass and the bats are amazing, or the pitching is absolutely immaculate, but we couldn't hit a ball off of a tee.
hey, I'm not gonna hate on Hazen because things aren't going right now. He brought in Corbin Burns, and Corbin Burns just got injured. If he would
Well,
have been healthy, he could have stabilized our pitching. He brought in Erod. Erod sucked for a while. Now Erod's stabilizing and becoming good. They brought up Mitch Bratt from the farm, and he's good. I like that kid a lot. Lefty pitcher. He
Cabrera,
started a couple games ago. The
Yeah,
pitching
I
is the
know
pitching. It's been
a week.
awful.
I know a week ago the report was that we were planning to be buyers, but we keep freaking losing now, dude. We fell below 500 again. So it's like a tug of war where it's like you be sellers or you be buyers at this point,
yeah, I
or
was
you
gonna
just
say
stay put and do nothing. Which
it's a
is
huge
we do that
risk.
too sometimes.
It's a huge risk to be buyers at this point. I mean, I would tread the waters and like depending on obviously you don't want to sell because this is still a majority, outside of our pitching, we're still a really young core for the most part. But at the end of the year, you definitely have to look at it's just like, all right, we definitely have to revamp our pitching because even some of the young, not the guys that we've recently brought up, but guys like Nelson, Fat, etc. Even those guys have looked, former shells of themselves this year. We have to have consistency, especially if we want to compete.
Well, and the fact that the D-backs are not comfortable throwing Brandon Pfaadt back in the rotation after it's been what a couple months that they threw him in the bullpen is a little concerning. Given at one point in time where he was that guy to give Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly before they fell way off the cliff in the World Series to give them a little break. So
Right,
it's a
and he
little
came and
concerning.
shown.
Yeah.
Crazy how far the people have regressed that were regressing. They optioned Waldy too, which is crazy.
To
It's like,
back
what are
to
we doing?
Reno? No way.
Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago. Um, I think they did it to bring up the picture though. Either way, they're moving funnily, and the games are tough. The team is just you could just feel it's like not all the way there. We need a couple more pieces. I don't feel like this team is ready to do anything. I feel like we have good players, we have a lot of talent, but there's just something missing. So
The offense, dude. The offense. What is going on? Can't it's like man. Taco Bell's just happy that they're just not giving away so many tacos this year. It seems like.
I'm dead. They made a good deal.
I know. They're like, yes, bro, their ass this year, saving money.
I'm gonna throw
Yeah,
on do not disturb real quick.
the people at the Taco Bell location are just like, I mean, yeah, I'd take the win, but at least I don't have to make all these darn extra tacos because the Diamondbacks.
Right.
The people in Arizona are hungry. We need some offense.
Taco Bell needs to cook up some offense for the Diamondbacks.
Literally, dog. Bro, when I lived in Arizona, I looked forward to that every single season when they score 5 runs, and I would go between 4 and 6 twice a week if they did it. But
Yeah,
what I
no,
really missed with the D-backs was when they did the half off Papa John's online orders, dude. Super
dude,
clutch,
yeah.
but they don't do it anymore. Stupid.
It's too good of a deal, and too many people were getting that shit.
I know. I was taking advantage of that too. I wonder if the Cardinals still do it if when they get wins.
They don't do anything, bro.
What Papa John's? Fuck them then. Fuck Papa
Brother,
John.
No,
brother,
the Cardinals.
Michael Bidwell probably makes our players pay for their own meal. Why would he give meals to fans?
Right.
Man,
Real shit, dude. But no, I really I want to see Michael Soroka have another good game. We gotta start depending on these newer pitchers because these older pitchers, man, I made a mistake by falling in love with them,
Yeah,
especially
no,
Zach Gallen's bitch ass. I'm
bro,
mad,
Zach
Doc.
Zach Gallen went up in flames like the Sham Wow guy.
Jesus Christ, dude, that's dark. Oh man, R.I.P.
R.I.P.D. with Zach Gallen instead of Ryan Reynolds.
If you would have told me that Erod would be the best pitcher on the staff this year, dude, Jesus
Or
Christ.
or that Soroka's number 2.
Yeah, I
oh
would have
no.
been I wouldn't have been surprised if you told me Soroka was number two. Remember, I was predicting that he would take over, but
Yeah, I thought you were mad tripping low key too.
no, I just looked at his numbers, bro, and I just saw that he had one injury, and that's pretty much what derailed him from being in Cy Young conversations. Like, why wouldn't he go back to being good, unless his arms was, as Frankie would say, beans, which it seems to be beans sometimes, but
Bro,
that's
his
every
arm
pitcher.
mashed refried beans.
That's so funny. Yeah, no, I'm excited though about like maybe the next couple years. It's time to start like getting new. Our next superstar needs to be a pitcher.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
miss
gone great.
I
Madison
miss times when the
Bumgarner, Jordan
Diamondbacks
Montgomery.
actually had legit pitching prospects
Hmm.
Listen,
and didn't trade
that's
them.
listen, and it has gone super great trying to find a what Damien said. Freaking Madison Bumgarner, Montgomery, freaking the only decent guy was Zach Greinke, dude. So
Corbin Burns is another one you can add to the list if he doesn't work out
well,
when he
that's
comes
been it
back.
hasn't been proven yet. That's why I haven't mentioned
Yeah,
Corbin Burns. So
I'm saying if he doesn't do well when he comes back in September, which is crazy, he should be back in like late June, July. We should be like being like, oh, he's
well, like
back.
like like
And
AJ Puck, which is unfortunate, got a freaking setback.
yep, setbacks. All of our pitchers that were healing up got setbacks. Actually, every
I know,
single one of them.
and it sucks,
J
especially
Mart,
for Puck because we need a
everybody.
lefty.
Yeah, we got to get. That's why we brought in Mitch Bratt. He's a starting lefty. We need a reliever lefty too, though.
It's like you step on our pitching mounds in Arizona and you get freaking
Right, it's an instant injury right then and there. Like,
Yeah.
come on, dude. Sheesh. Or you just suck balls and not pitch to the best of your ability. Man, it's a shame. Well, we still got a lot of baseball. They can turn it up and go on runs. That's what baseball's about. You're so close to 500 that, 4-game winning streak, a sweep here or there will make us have a whole different conversation. So I'm not going to get too down on them just yet. Um, I'm not expecting anything incredible like I was a couple years ago. Those days are over. But I feel like we can start not a rebuild, but a retool, and maybe the next couple years we can start being like dominant again. Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say because Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly, and honestly half of our other pitching, staff right now should be sponsored by Southwest Airlines because they are just in the air.
Right, and it's time for them to travel because it's a wrap.
Adios.
Man, the Cardinals, the Arizona Redbirds, that guy Carson Beck is kind of making himself felt and known around the building, and I feel like we might
QB1,
not have to wait till Game 4 to get Beck in there.
QB1 baby. I've been saying it all day.
I've been saying he's gonna get in there by Game 4, but now I'm starting to really super lean towards day 1 starting.
Just the
All
fact,
depends on the preseason cuts.
just have you guys seen just the off-season videos of how close him and Jeremiah Love are already, in the chemistry they already have in the huddle.
Yep.
Like that's deep. That's a deep connection that Arizona Cardinals fans should want to see for the next 7+ years. Because if they already have that kind of love for one another, Jeremiah has already silently endorsed him. By the way, so you got arguably a top 10 offense, probably not even arguably, with whoever you throw in here as your quarterback. You have weapons galore. You just have to figure out if your offensive line's going to work and if your defense can actually play situational football.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, it
and
really
so
sucks though that Caleb Proctor is already out for the season though, dude. So I was so excited to watch him next to Walter Nolan too, and out for
there's
the season
always
already.
some there's always some defensive like lineman or edge that always gets hurt in camp like this. I don't know why it happens, but it happens to every team. I don't know why. But
I, I don't know. I have this theory that Arizona sports is cursed because the Diamondbacks won the World Series in not
9/11. Yep, that is a theory that's out there. What people believe.
It was supposed to belong to New York.
But no,
That's
I don't want to get too far away from Carson Beck though. I do believe that Jacoby mistake. That's what we should call his ass. Jacoby Brissett
Nah.
made the biggest mistake of his life by not going to voluntaries because I think you noticed when we got rid of Kyler Murray, the team kind of bonded with Jacoby and got to know him, and they were like, "Oh, this is more my type of guy, right?" Now the
right.
guys that we have on our team are young guys, young like spirited guys, and Jacoby's like 30 some plus years old. So maybe Carson connects more with them on a like cultural level, and he's there, because you got Michael Wilson and Marv saying, "Oh, he's a baller. We like him." Like once that starts happening, there's a divide. There's going to be the Carson Beck guys, and there's going to still be the old dogs that want Jacoby Brissett. But once Carson goes in there and he starts showing himself more and he's actually good, he's going to take that locker room. So I feel like Jacoby Brissett made a miscalculation, and it's going to do us
A
all.
big miscalculation because how the fuck do you make contract advance and you go 1-10?
Yeah,
So
what are you doing, dude?
big miscalculation.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
dumb move. His
And you've
good.
done nothing throughout your sorry
You're good.
Frankie. Last thing with Jacoby, and you've done nothing, and I mean nothing throughout your NFL journey before you came here, and you're making contract demands with one of the most embarrassing franchises in the NFL. Try to play them, and you still didn't get your bag. Go fuck yourself.
Go find yourself with your fish finder.
I'm
Literally.
good.
Jeez, but no, like The fact that Carson Beck was incredibly slept on and I felt disrespected in the entire draft process. The Cardinals did their homework. They used one of their top 30 player visits on Carson Beck no matter what. So the fact that we still got him in the third round just cemented that connection that Mike LaFleur and company already had with Carson Beck. So 100% it would not surprise me because he's already in the room. And last time I checked, he was the last guy that was still not under a contract, but he is there every damn day.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, and so of course we have to talk about the Sorsby stuff. Um, he was gonna be in the supplemental draft, and everybody was saying that you were gonna draft him, but now that looks like that's not gonna happen, and he'll have to go in the 2027 draft like everybody else. So that's another hurdle that Carson Beck doesn't have to clear, and it also gives the Cardinals all the runway and reason to play Carson Beck, see if he's good or bad, because if they did like Thorsby, he's going to be available if we have a high pick next year. How do you guys feel about the Thorsby drama? Do you guys like him and want him, or are you guys happy that when
Absolutely not. Like the man, like, and this is just my theory, my evaluation, but like, how is this one man going to hold college athletics hostage when, in my opinion, he's slightly more talented than Desmond Ritter with a bigger arm?
No, I mean, I started carrying a big ego, in my opinion, which is okay as long as you can back it up. Um,
U of A
but you're
mocked
gonna have
him.
to have one more year to kind of prove yourself, really, with another deep class of quarterbacks are all also trying to prove themselves that already know they're going to go into NFL draft next year too. So
and they have the advantage of not placing 90,000 bets on whatever's sports book that you're not supposed to do. If me, like you're talking about Miles Bridges, I'm putting Brendan Torsby in that same category of like I don't know if I can trust this guy,
Shady
because
shit.
if you don't want to be the guy who drafts a guy who does the gambling scheme for your team in the NFL. You know what I mean?
Hell no.
Because you're gone and nobody's gonna hire you ever again. And I mean, it's risky. If he's really that good, somebody's gonna take him. Somebody's gonna see. I would rather us stick on the side of continuity. See if Carson can do it. If Carson can't do it, then there's other guys in the draft and stores.
Honestly, I think Beck's going to be a big surprise for a lot of people. And another here's my player comp out of the gate. And another, he's another Cardinals player. I feel Carson Beck is walking in here with Jake Plummer vibes, except Carson Beck's walking into a much more talented team in a better situation.
if my prediction comes right and if Jacoby Brissett is a surprise preseason cut, then I feel like Carson Beck's chances at starting week one skyrockets tremendously. So, but
Yeah, I mean, if they
but
cut Jacoby, that means he's starting. Like that's that.
well, yeah. But if Jacoby isn't cut, I feel like he will be the starter, unfortunately, and we're gonna have to wait between weeks 4 and 6, whether it's due to him being asked or injured. So
I agree with that. I'm leaning more. That's my take, but I'm starting to lean more towards day one starter as a possibility. But yeah, I think 4 to 6 is realistic.
Gardner Minshew's just here chilling, fucking drinking a beer, dude. It's like, hey, I know I'm chilling. It's between those two. So
He's here for
Yeah,
the experience and to help mentor. He knew that.
and the $5 million. I mean, let's be honest.
Coronas.
yeah, Scott's still bad. He ain't so bad of a place here. But
Right?
five.
And
So
he lives in his little RV thing, so he can just drive up to the Sedona and all the places he likes to go, like Flagstaff and whatnot.
One of
That's
these
his
days,
thing.
fAnaticZ.
bro, I wish I had a job like that where I sat there, didn't do fucking jack shit, make 5 million. Oh.
Hey, that'll
But
be
that
us
moment
one
where
day.
that
fAnaticZ
moment in scenario
headquarters.
where both quarterbacks go down, I'm like, fuck.
Oh yeah, it's time for you to actually have to do work. Oh no.
Oh no. And then you go out there to just embarrass yourself, be complete ass, and be
Well, that's cool though, because even when you do have to go out there, it's like, oh, it's like a video game, you know?
And
You're like,
then you
oh,
just become complete Nathan Peterman.
that's great. That's hilarious. I hope you don't do that.
Yeah.
We should not. Yeah, never aspire to be Nate Peterman.
That was horrible.
Should I take some Nate Peterman money? I sure would.
I'm pretty sure he made way less than what
Bro, this
Gardner's
show
making
could use
now.
Nate Peterman.
Oh yeah,
money.
but still, just give me an average guy off the street that money. I'd be very happy.
Right.
Like if you could change bank accounts with him, I'm sure you would.
Yep.
I'd be happy with the $250K that Terry and Arnold got in trouble for attempted murder.
Oh Jesus.
Man.
Well, I'm not gonna pull a Malika Andrews. I'm gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it pushing. Yeah, I mean, at this point, if there's anything that you guys like, you want to join any of the groups that we have a Facebook group that is huge, huge. You want to join that group? Definitely in the description, along with all the links to connect with us. Is there anything you guys want to say?
Subscribe.
We've been a little dry on the subscribe count, so share with your mama. Is like, hey, these guys are cool, post great content. You should subscribe to them and listen to them on the weekly. Let's go.
And like, comment, subscribe if you think Dylan should get a TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah.
If we reach 5 subscribers next Sunday, I'll make one.
Make it.